Quite happy to see the response in a short span of 2-3 days where we are able to reach students. Okay, today I'm very much thankful to FAPSI for inviting me as a guest speaker for understanding the basics of stock markets. And I'm quite happy to see all my previous students also. Okay, in fact, I hope they are able to recognize me that I am only Praveen who taught you SFM. Okay, so don't think that he is someone else in the blazer. Actually, he used to come in t-shirts and all. He is not Praveen sir. No, no, I am only Praveen. Okay, so most of you knows whoever is my students, they know about stock markets, basics and all. But let us have a quick recap of what we have learned in your final. And those who are going to be my students, they will understand half of the syllabus, what we are going to deal in CA final SFM. Fine. Before starting the trading in the stock markets or investing in the stock markets, what is the first thing what one needs to have? Demat account, information, no. Insider news, no. Patience, no. See, you have seen only one angle. I am showing you another angle. Praveen sir classes, right answer. Move on. Fine. The one thing very much required for starting equity markets investment is one needs to have a life insurance policy. Okay. So even if you commit suicide or even if you die, someone will be there to save your family. Huh? Okay. Use more money and give it to banks. Reduce interest rates. Banks are the mediators for monetization. They borrow money from RBI and they give it to individuals, corporates. Corporates include the producers of the goods. Individuals include the consumers who are buying those goods. Okay. In other words, banks lend money for example, let us take Tata Motors. You wanted to buy a car. In India, 90% of the cars people are buying are financed by banks. It means if interest rate cut has happened by RBI, many people will be eligible to buy that loans, take that cars. Now, Tata Motors company needs money for producing the car. They will also go to SBI for capital expenditure loan, and we will also go to SBI only for buying that car. In both cases, SBI is going to be benefited by increasing the cars demand, or you can say vehicles demand in India. Same thing happens for real estate as well. Okay, housing companies, Unitech or DLF or Purvankara projects or Brigade Shobha developers, these projects are not funded by their own pocket. They are getting loans from bank and starting the project. Once you qualify your CA, you will also buy a property by taking loan only. Correct? By taking loan only. In both cases, the banks will be benefited. Okay. So what happens? RBI will come out with a rate cut, which is expected to happen very soon. RBI will come with a rate cut. When the rate cut happens, more money will be pumped into the market. When more money pumped into the market, both consumers and corporates will be taking that loan. Then what happens? There will be more money supply with the economy within the borders of India. Yes, more money supply. When there is a more money supply, you remember, go to your CPT economics, hoping that all of you are having the basic of economics. Coming back to CPT, basic of economics once again. Say, when there is one day you went and asked for masala dosa, he raised prices. Second day he raised prices. Third day what he will do? He will increase his output. He will go for expansion. There is much more demand from the public for buying cars, from the public for buying houses. So he will go for expansion plans. When a company goes for expansion plans, expecting more demand from public because they are having more money with them. For example, some 30 years back, there was no BMW in India. There was no Audi in India. Nissan, no Toyota. All are coming to India because there is more money with Indians now. Okay, because economy itself is growing. I don't expect BMW showroom in somewhere in the suburbs of, small district levels. Okay, at Ongole, Chittoor, Nellore, you will not find BMW showroom because there is no demand from the consumers. On exactly similar lines, increase in GDP because there is more money with the public. Continuation. Yes. Somewhere RBI pumped up money expecting that GDP will boost, it will go for mismatch because money supply can be increased overnight but not GDP. It will take 3 years for construction of a plant. So when mismatch happens, RBI thinks, oh, we are going to see overheating of the economy. Yes, an economy should grow at the expected level of 8 to 9%. If you are going at 15, 20, 25 like China, where they are going to see deepest troubles in the next 2 to 3 years. Already few companies have went for debt default, especially copper manufacturing companies. Second, if you are going beyond your capacity like Japan, in 1980s, Japanese economy grew very fast beyond their capacity, minted more money, GDP is quite well. The problem starts, the consumption will be stopped at one point of time. I mean to say, if everyone buys cars in India, there won't be no demand for cars, no demand for housing. So how to increase the money supply? You have to increase slowly, so that you will be growing constantly, consistently and forever. Okay, forever. This is where high inflation, if there is increase in GDP, same RBI will come back to take back the money from the market. Okay, how sir? Just simple, increase interest rates. When they increase interest rates, number of people eligible for the loan will reduce. Companies will not go because their interest cost will go up on the debit side of the P&L account. In that case, what happens? Decrease in money supply. Yes, money supply decreased, inflation will cool off. Okay, this is how the cycles keep continuing. Sometimes it normally takes 4.5 to 5 years for economy to take one cycle. Sometimes it may take more than that also. It may stuck up in a range where RBI will have no clue whether we should increase the rates or not, even though higher inflation is there.